Hello everyone and welcome back to Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze for the Nintendo Wii U. I am One Wild Sheep and today we're going to take care of World 5 Harvest Hazards. Now this entire world is basically a jungle sort of area, as you can tell from, well, everything. And we're introduced to a bunch of new enemy types in this world that is very awkward to take care of. But to start things off, as you can tell, I think we're actually on runner beans. It's got very sort of ambient sort of music to this level, and I kind of like it. So there's that, I guess. But as you can tell, there's lots of cranes featured on the stage, and they tend to carry these spiky fruits. Whenever you... What the hell? Okay. Whenever you walk by the cranes, be careful because they will drop down periodically, and they'll either pick up a spiky fruit, which will hurt you, or they will just latch onto you and hurt you perfectly, and they are very, very awkward to take care of. So it's mainly more of a timing game with a lot of things in this level, even things that traditionally wouldn't really be so timing based. You just need to watch out for the top of the screen most of the time whenever you see cranes. Now this enemy type you can't actually hurt. Basically what you need to do is use them as like a spring, so you bounce off the fruit that they are all carrying to get higher. Alright, this banana's giving me a lot of trouble. There we go. But you gotta make use of all the fruits in the level. You gotta take your time and make sure you know exactly what you're doing. Basically, don't rush. There's lots of fruit as well in this world that you'll get used to seeing, which I don't mind. Now these creatures by here, I don't know what they do, but they sort of leave a little trail behind. And if you touch a trail, you will get hurt, so be careful of that. Now for this platform by here, but Jesus Christ, the gameplay's going so quick, I can't commentate to it. Basically, if you move to the left of it, it'll move left. If you move to the right, it'll move right. And it kind of works like that. There's a lot of platforms that have that sort of maneuver to them in this level. And this entire stage is basically figuring out the physics of these things in order to get used to them. Because obviously you need to figure these things out. And as you can tell, even the platforms that you need to grab onto have this sort of physics sort of thing, so you need to really watch out for the scenery and really manage your controls. Very difficult to do, but after a while you get used to it and it becomes no big deal. From this point on in the game though, this is where the game's difficulty is really going to ramp up, so you will need to get used to everything that's thrown at you at this point, because all these mechanics, they will also show up yet again in some way or form in the final world. Now for these platforms, but you'll be very careful because chances are you may die. If you want to stop, one thing I can give you advice to do is do what I'm doing here and jump like an absolute lunatic, which will stop the cart so you don't fly off the edge. Although I don't understand how that would really work in real life, because obviously momentum wouldn't allow for that, but this is a video game. Momentum shouldn't work like it does in real life, because yeah, if physics worked like real life, games would be no fun at all. And I'm quoting an actual game developer by saying this, because I think it was the developers of Just Cause 2, that said they didn't want the physics to be realistic because they would be no fun. They wanted the physics to be very over the top, because obviously what's the fun in having realistic? You want to play a video game to feel awesome and to have all this mad things that is impossible in real life to go on. But be careful. At the very edge of this platform sequence you saw the actual cranes were starting to fall off, so just watch out for them and boop on everything. That's this stage over and done with. It's actually a very short level now that I think about it. And this world overall doesn't take that long to complete. In fact, like I said before, this LP is 20 parts in length. We're on part 14. If you do the math, it's not much left. But anyway, World 5-2 Reckless Ride. Oh, God. Oh, God. This is actually not a hard level, but I did die a few times on this one because I think I was really tired when I was actually recording all this footage, so... Actually, no, now that I'm thinking about my first playthrough, because now I'm looking at my actual timeline here. I didn't edit anything out of this level, so never mind. What you basically need to do in this stage is just, as usual, grab the barrels, start jetting onwards. Now you got a lot of fruit to deal with and a lot of incoming obstacles like cranes. This is by far one of the hardest ones in the game up until the final rocket level, I think. So be very careful. It's very easy to mismanage your momentum, because if you hold down the button to go up too long, your momentum will kind of take over. So even if you let go of the button, you'll start flying up way too fast, and that's mostly issues I have whenever I'm using this barrel rocket, because I tend to hold the button down way too much, and then the momentum will kick in, and I won't be able to stop going up in time to get through obstacles. Very annoying. But anyway, this entire stage sort of relies on you getting chased by this giant mech. This giant mech isn't too big a deal, you can't really hurt it, you just need to dodge its attacks. Dodge isn't, it's a lot hard, sounds a lot harder than it really is. It's very well telegraphed, you can quite easily see what's going to happen. Although I did horrible at it. I think I pushed the button way too late to get that heart, so I was like, oh god, gotta get the heart, gotta get the heart. Oh, I missed! I gotta do that in a Mario voice. Oh, I missed! I haven't done voice acting on these sort of things for a while. Like, one of my favourite things to do in these LPs is actually do a lot of voice acting every now and then. Like, I like to do Luigi's voice, #1. But I've stopped doing that recently, because obviously this is my newer LP channel that I've done. So I sort of stopped that out. I want to start again with the Mario LPs, because I can't wait to show off the Luigi #1 coming from the Mario LPs. Actually, I think I did a bit of Sonic voices earlier in the LP series as I did, so there we go, there's that. But by here, don't worry about this first crusher, it won't hurt you, and the second crusher, just sort of squeeze in between. All this stuff actually looks a lot harder to dodge than it really is. It's just more of a depth perception game. If you can figure out where things are, you shouldn't have much of an issue, unless you do what I do and you just sort of aim at random things and occasionally crash into things because, oh, look at this, I saw a shiny, boom. Oh no, the shiny killed me. I don't think that attack can hurt you, but I like to go underneath the claws just in case it can. But with that, that's this level over and done with. Again, not the hardest rocket level in the world. It's, like I said, I did die. It's not too bad though. I got it in my second run through. And also the extra life I got at the end is also appreciated. Not that I need it. I think I have like just under 100 now. I don't think I'd break over 100 during this LP because I keep dying just before it happens, but what's you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Fruity Factory. I'm trying to remember what this level is now. It's been a good while since this part of the footage I actually recorded a few days ago, so I shouldn't have forgot. I'll commentate on the level as soon as I recognize it. So, Fruity Factory. Oh, it's this level. Basically, now we're introduced to this new enemy type, buddy here. These enemy types sort of act like piranha plants, except they shoot out a tongue Yoshi style at you. So what you need to do is basically, if they grab hold of you, you'll get sucked into their mouths. And when you get sucked into their mouths, you have to mash the Y or X button to break out. It's not too difficult. Really not difficult at all. But these watermelons is all that got crushed. What you want to do is actually use the watermelons to continue on. You need to jump on the watermelons and stand on them before they get crushed too much. And this new enemy type that throws the fish at you, basically throw a barrel at him and he goes down without a problem. At least I think he's a new enemy type. I don't remember seeing him before this point in the game. I don't know, a lot of the enemies in this game sort of blend together because I don't know. The enemy design isn't the most unique. They all sort of blend together in a lot of cases. But what you want to do by here is actually hold on to this switchy-roony vine in order that time you jump by here, because these drills are going to not drill into the heavens, they're going to drill into these fruit. So you really need to push that vine to stop the axe from coming down so you can move over a platform at the right time. And you see a lot of fruit actually flying into these grinders on the front of the floor here. Basically, these grinders will grind up all the fruit and it'll pop fruit back up to use as platforms. And there's a lot of platforming involving this sort of mechanic in this level in particular, so get used to seeing this. Also, I have no idea why this footage is so pixely, because I recorded this the same way I record most of my footage. It's just, sometimes the picture comes out bad. I don't know, I need new recording hardware, that's all I can say. But for the most part, the stage isn't too tricky. Just need to learn when to be careful, when to jump. And your first time through in the stage is probably the hardest you're going to have. So when you see these little drill platforms, when they're zoomed out, that's your perfect chance to sort of jump around them and get to the other end. And by here you want to basically wait for the... You have to use these watermelons as platforms, but wait for the switches to break each of the watermelons. Switches? The little... I don't know what they're called, crushers? Yeah, I'll go with crushers. Basically wait for the crushers to blow up the watermelon and move on forward. And a lot of the stage is really just timing focused, but where do I go now? I'll just pull this out of the ground, and there's a barrel you can pick up and fly down. Now, watch it. You're meant to be quick by here because the grinder will come after you, but trust me, the grinder's really no big deal. It's so easy to get through this segment without getting hurt, because the grinder ultimately is quite slow. And be careful while platforming, because you may... Basically, you'll know if there's fruit coming up because it'll be a little indicator, like, thing. Like, if you look at the bottom of the screen, there'll be indicators where fruit's gonna pop up, like you can see little bits of fruit grounded. Basically use that as a way to gauge when you're meant to jump and where you're meant to jump. And for this segment by here, you basically need to jump on all the fruit just to make your way all the way up to the top of the screen to get that oh so glorious barrel that we all love. And screw you, level design, I'm getting my barrel now. But, yeah, there's that level complete. Very tricky stage. Very, very tricky stage. But, hey, we can get through just fine. Ah, that's good water. See, one bit of advice I can give people whenever they're doing LPs, always bring a well, right now glass of tap water, but always bring water with you, because your throat will get dry or start hurting after a while. Because this is like the 5th part in a row I'm recording right now, because I want to get these over and done with. So, it kind of hurts. And then it's not, I have to do multiple takes of a lot of these parts as well, because I'm not happy with the commentary. It's just, ugh. I gotta make sure I know what I'm doing. But anyway, for this enemy by here, whenever he jumps up, you'll have this little sand cloud. Sand cloud is very awkward to maneuver past, so just wait for him to land before you kill him. And these grinders are a little... aren't that big an obstacle actually. They've been introduced, but they don't really do much. So whenever you're underwater and you see a sort of grinding sort of thing, don't worry too much about it. Just wait for it to grind. It's whatever it's meant to do, and you'll be able to progress further. And it took me so long to actually realize that those piranha planta enemies you can actually kill. I didn't know you could. I thought they were invincible at one point when I first played the game. So don't make the same mistake I do. But anyway, all these platforms you can actually ground pound the floor in order to break through, which it's pretty much required. So just be careful, because a lot of those spikes, even though they look like in the foreground, you can actually get hurt by them. So be careful. And overall, the stage isn't too big a deal. This is actually a lot easier than the previous stage. Now, in my opinion, I had much more trouble with the previous stage compared to this one. But just keep booping everything, booping all the enemies you can, and timing all the jumps. I like to jump between those certain platforms just because whenever I'm jumping, I feel like I have more control than when I'm running normally. I don't know if that is the case, it's just a sort of like a feeling I get. I feel like I'm in more control. But anyway, what you want to do now is grab this watermelon bomb and throw it at the wall. And you just saw there was a bunch of peas that were getting launched into those platforms. If the peas hit the platform, I think the peas anyway, they could be like mini watermelons. Actually, yeah, the mini watermelons. But basically, as you can see, once they hit the platform will flip, which will make you fall through. So be careful in those segments. But wait for the actual hammers to go by. They're actually quite hard to really judge because the actual flip, the actual panels that flip when the hammers hit them do take like a few seconds to really register, which threw me off because I thought, oh, hammer's hit it, it's time to go. No, don't do that. But anyway, but it can be quite tricky. Remember the advice I gave in the water level about letting go of the swim button to maneuver a lot heavier. That's basically the best advice I can give you for this segment, because otherwise you'll always get hit by these spike things, because you can't turn sharp enough when you're holding the swim button. Unless you're a pro like me. Oh, delicious. But yeah, it's mainly just a timing game, and that's all I can say about this game in overall, as a whole. It's like a time-based platformer. You need to really just time most of your jumps. Like, sort of kind of like how the original Mario Brothers is more of a pure platformer. Anyway, this is me making use of Dixie Kong's special ability that I think I explained before in a previous part, where you can gain extra health. I think I did that because I was kind of paranoid that I'll lose Dixie, even though we're pretty much at the end of the stage now, so I don't know why I was paranoid about that. So, when time it right, just break through the floor, there's the barrel done. And that's the stage complete. Sadly, we didn't get any Kong symbols though. Donkey and Dixie seem happy enough regardless. So with that, thank you guys for watching, hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed, appreciate a like or comment to the video, don't be sheepish people. When we return next time, we will take care of the rest of World 5. So, thanks for watching, I'll catch you all again. Bye!